Hello, so in this video I'm talking about the fear of being away from home. And as you can see, I'm quite far from home at the moment. I'm actually about 192 miles in a straight line. It's about 270 miles driving. And when I was a kid, I used to have this fear, so it's something I know about well. And I used to have these weird panic attacks when I was away from home. Then there was a few occasions I remember where I had a panic attack in a restaurant and there was one time my uncle had to come and pick me up after we were about 100 miles from home. He came and picked me up because I just kept having these weird panic attacks. So I thought I'd give you a few tips in this video as to how I got over it and what you can do. Well, I don't know exactly what I did, but a lot of it came with age. I found that when I got older, I just naturally stopped having these attacks. It got better and better, but there were a few things I did, and one of them was when I trained as a therapist. I learned this thing about how it's if your mind feels like you're in danger of dying, you can have this panic to get back home. And part of that for me was about not having enough food. It's really weird. So I used to go and buy, or I still do, I go and buy loads of food and I fill my hotel room with sandwiches and chocolate and whatever. And you'd be amazed how much that helps. It's really weird, isn't it, how having food can make you feel better. Another thing I did was to look for all the benefits of being away from home. So rather than thinking about missing home or being sad or whatever, I thought of all the benefits. I thought, what's good about going away? Well, obviously I get to see views like this, which I don't normally. And I did make a long introduction to this video at home, which was about 10 minutes long, talking about how I used to have it. That may or may not be at the start of this video, probably won't be. But one of the big things I did to get over it was I had therapy. So when I trained to be a therapist, I had therapy on myself. And the biggest tip I can give you, if you don't want to pay for therapy or go through therapy for any reason, is simply, like I say in my videos about the fear of driving, it's the same thing really. You just have to reduce stress and problems in your life in general, and then you'll find your fear of going away actually gets much better. So in my case, I had a lot of debt years ago. I had problems. I had this weird thing whenever I moved house, I felt bad, and I think that was the same thing as being away on holiday. I used to have this sort of fear of holidays. It was weird. But yeah, so I recommend make sure you feel comfortable in terms of stock up on food and look for the benefits, look for fun things to do. And a massive tip is have a plan of what you're going to do. Don't just have blank, empty days. Have a purpose to each day. So just think, like today, I've come to this place which is called Newquay on the southwest coast of England. And I'll see the other day I walked all the way over there to that far point called Headland. And I walked back around here, and then back, and I went to the zoo over there, which is Newquay Zoo, somewhere around there. And yeah, I didn't plan every day minute by minute, but I did have an idea of what I'm going to do, and it really helps. So the days aren't just blank, you're not just bored hanging around, and yeah, you sort of train your mind to have good memories of being away. Now these are all sort of logical things you can do, and I often talk in my videos about how that won't work because it's logic. But yeah, like I was saying about the therapy point, so I'm going a bit off track. I'm just walking and watching where I'm going and having a holiday at the same time as making a video. But this is my fourth day here, and I say the biggest tip is get rid of other problems in your life. So whatever you've got, whether it's debt, money worries, relationship issues, whatever, could be anything, could be something silly like, I don't know, you just don't feel happy in general, you don't know why. I've got a video on that I've made, which will be out soon. If you sort out those other things in your life, then you'll be happier away. Because it's nothing to do with going away from home, it's the same with any problem. It's not, that isn't what the problem is, that's what triggers the problem off. So that's my biggest tip. If you don't want to do therapy, just think about what's going on in your life, what could be better. And I will link to the video at the end of this one and in the description, but it may not be out when you first see this video, but it's a good way of just telling what's wrong with your life. Talking of life, there's a lot of memorials around here. So yeah, this time when I was a kid, so I went in a restaurant, I had this massive meltdown, like a panic attack. And I was screaming and banging my fists on the thing, on the desk. You know, I just ordered this strawberry milkshake and I didn't know what was going on. And I was just having this awful meltdown. So I do know what it's like when people say they've got a fear of driving or a fear of being away from home, driving long distances. What actually helps me is driving. Funnily enough, if I'm away from home and I'm feeling a bit low, then I just go out for a drive, and it actually helps a lot for me. I've always loved being in cars. So yeah, I did do therapy on this. I had quite a few sessions on it, both in my training and afterwards, and it did help, although I would say it didn't completely get rid of it. I don't think there's a magic overnight solution that's just going to fix it. I don't normally promote exposure therapy when driving because it can be dangerous when driving, but in terms of this problem, it is good to kind of face your fear as such, because there's no real danger in going on holiday. You might feel uncomfortable, but there's no actual danger in it. While they're talking of no danger, there's another memorial here. Loads of flowers from people who've died, and all these benches have got names on them from people who have passed away and whatever. So yeah, don't want to dwell on that too much, but there you go, that's it. So just wanted to make this quick video really to let you know, if you've got this fear of being away from home, maybe it's something I'll do more videos about, because it's something I've actually got experience of. And if you've had it, you know, it's like a strange feeling, like you can't explain it. People say, what's wrong, why are you crying? You can't explain it, you just want to go home, but there's no actual reason for it. And with me, when I got home, I'd often feel worse because I think, well, I've ruined my holiday now and I wanted to go back. And probably the worst time I ever had this was when I went to San Francisco. I went there 3 years in a row. It sounds weird, this. I don't think I've ever said this before in a video, but do you know what I did in San Francisco? Well, I did go to Alcatraz, I did visit the Golden Gate Bridge and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of the days, you know what I did? I used to get a train called the BART, the B-A-R-T, it's the Bay Area Rapid Transport, and I used to go to the airport, and I used to sit thinking, in a few days' time I'll be going home and that's the gate I'll be going through. And I spent my holiday at the airport thinking about going home. So yeah, bit of a waste of time. So I hope those tips help you. Completely unplanned. I will put more in the description and maybe do a follow-up video. But I just wanted to make this while I'm here, and it's more appropriate. So check out these other videos of mine on screen now. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.